Hello and welcome to another video. Today I will be trying on all of the makeup products that I got in my recent Sephora haul. So if that sounds good to you, then watch on. Okay, for skin prep, I've just got a little bit of skincare and SPF on. And because I don't have a new foundation, I thought I would test out the Patrick Ta foundation. I did get a sample of that. So while I wait for my House Labs foundation, I thought it's a good time to try the Patrick Ta one. It is coming into wintertime soon here in the Southern Hemisphere. So it's an ideal time to test out a more hydrating foundation. So here is the little sample of the Patrick Ta foundation. I have the shade in number 3, Rosy Nude. And I'm just going to go in with a little bit on my hand first and apply it with a brush. I hear this is a very hydrating foundation. So I'd like to see how it wears throughout the day. I will update you with a clip later on in the day on how it's wearing, just to see if it does have that longevity. So straight off the bat, it does look like it's about a medium coverage foundation, which is nice. I don't like anything too high coverage. So I'll just go ahead, blend this in, and then we can start applying the rest of the makeup I got in my haul. Okay, so that is the foundation applied. It is very, very dewy right now, but we'll see if it does dry down a little bit. So far, so good though. I do like the color match and the finish. I am wearing my daughter's hair clips today because I couldn't find mine. Okay, let's get into the actual makeup haul. So from Anastasia Beverly Hills, I did get 2 contour sticks. I got the shade Halftone and Greyscale. So what I'll do is put Greyscale on half of my face and I'll put Halftone on the other side of my face. So I'll put Greyscale over this side. And Halftone on this side. So straight away I can see Halftone is just that little bit warmer. Let's see how it blends in with my skin. I do like to use contour instead of bronzer. I just find that for my skin tone, it looks a little bit more natural. And straight away, this texture is just blending in seamlessly. So you can see there the blend, it's just really, really easy. So that's it. So on this side we have Greyscale and this side we have Halftone. I don't see too much of a difference, although I am getting a little bit more warmth on this side, I can see. I actually do have one more contour stick to try. So let's try the Sephora brand. This is a gray color, a lot like the Greyscale one that I tried. So we'll test this on the nose and just in those same areas to see what effect this one gives and how the blend is. So straight away, the blend reminds me a lot like the Anastasia Beverly Hills one. It just blends and melts in straight away, which is really nice. I love products that just melt into the skin straight away. And I feel like these 3 do that beautifully. So overall, I would say these are all a win and I'm super happy to have them in my bronzing / contouring collection. Okay, so that is the contour done. Let's move on to another bronzy contour product that I have. I'm going to be very contoured today. So I do have 2 powder products. So this is the Diorissimo contour palette. It's got a highlighter in there too. And then we do have the Estee Lauder Bronze Goddess in Modern Mercury. And this one is a beautiful shimmery highlighter that is more of that rosy bronze tone. So I might do this side of my face with the Dior, the other side with Estee Lauder. So this is going to tone down some of that shine that I have going on from all of that cream product and my sun cream. So I like that this powder is very buildable. I do appreciate that. It's not going on so heavy and so pigmented, or I have to be really careful. So that is the Dior applied. I really like the tone of it. It's not orange at all, and nice and natural looking. It's just added that little bit of color. So I'm just cleaning off my brush again and going in with the Estée Lauder Bronze Goddess. I'm going to apply it on this side. And straight away, I can see that luminosity coming from this powder. It's added a little bit of warmth as well. It's slightly more pigmented than the Dior. So because this powder is luminous in finish, I am seeing a little bit more texture on this side, but I will have to keep playing around with this. This is just my first impressions, but I think I do like the Dior side better for the powder topper. And this side is just showing a little bit more texture due to the luminous nature of the powder. So overall, I do like them both. I am looking forward to using this by itself and not over a cream product. I think sometimes when you add, a powder over a cream, it doesn't always look the smoothest, especially if you're adding a luminous powder over the cream. So I will keep testing these two and let you know my final thoughts at the end of the month. Okay, let's move on to the next item. All right, this is a good one. This one I was looking forward to. This is the Hourglass Unreal Liquid Highlighter, and this is in the shade Evoke. These looked super, super beautiful in person and both online. So I'm just going to try pump out one drop of that. And I think I'll go in with my finger with these liquid highlighter type products. They can get a little bit tricky sometimes. If you use a brush. My main sort of concern is if it's going to pick up my foundation. Okay, I'm just going to have a look up close and see how it's behaving with the base products. All right, I can't see any lifting, patching, or caking. So it's going on really well over the unset base. I'm yet to try this over a set base, so I don't know how it will behave over powders. But first impressions is it works really well to add that little bit of luminosity over an unset base. So I'm happy to have that one, and it is such a beautiful natural glow that comes through. The tone isn't very obvious for someone with fair skin. So one that I didn't get in my haul, but I would like to try this new powder from Fenty that I got probably a few months ago now. I actually haven't tried it, but I'm just going to add a little bit of this to set my base. And then we'll go into the powder blush from Gucci. It is super, super finely milled, and I have the shade Lavender. So I hear this is perfect for fair skin tones. Okay, so that is my base set with the Fenty loose powder. This is the reformulated or repackaged version. Let me have a look up close to see how it's all looking. So up close, it is looking very smooth. It's playing well with all of the other products I have on my face. So now let's go in with the Gucci blush. I'm super excited for this one, and I'm hoping it's going to be as good as I hear in all of the reviews. Okay, so here she is. It's the Gucci Glow Blush in the shade Fresh Coral. Beautiful packaging. I did get a different color than what I normally get. But let's just go in and see what type of color payoff we have right off the bat. I am going in over that luminizer from Hourglass. I like to put a bit of blush up here just to meld it all together. So it does have a glow, but I would say it's quite subtle. I don't know how much it's going to show up on camera. A very, very buildable formula, not too pigmented, and it just goes on beautifully, very seamlessly. I do like it. It's not a color I normally go for. I normally go for something more cooler in tone. But up close, it's not emphasizing texture, which is really good. I do have a blemish here, so I'm going to cover that a little bit. It is annoying me. Okay, I'm just going to leave it there. I'm not going for perfection. My skin is skin and I do have imperfections. Okay, so the next one we have is a Prada lipstick. This is their soft matte lipstick in the shade Meranti. So what I'll do is just wipe off my lips and then apply this one. Okay, my lips are still nice and hydrated from the Ole Henriksen Lip Peptide Lip Mask, but I have wiped the majority of it off. Now I'm going to go in with this one and see what type of color it shows on the lips. It has a beautifully satisfying magnetic closure, which I appreciate, but this formula is where it stands out. It's such a comfortable matte, and I think it goes perfectly with this blush. It's just a beautiful everyday pink that I think could work with so many looks. For me, I just want to define the edges a little bit. So I'm going to go in with the Chanel Lip Liner in 164 and just see if I can add a little bit more definition. Okay, so that is the lipstick. Let me go off camera. I'm going to do eyelashes and then I'll come back with the final look. Okay, we have lashes on. This is the final look. Honestly, I'm super happy with how it all turned out, but let's get into my final thoughts. Okay, first off, I know this wasn't part of the haul, but this Patrick Tar foundation, honestly, first impressions are it is beautiful on the skin, nice and glossy, very glowy. I am curious to see how it will wear throughout the day. So as promised, I will keep you guys updated and do a little end of day clip to show you how it will hold up. I tend to have problems with foundations caking up or breaking apart, especially around my nose, just in the crack there or my chin. So I'm curious to see how that will hold up. Okay, so I've had this foundation on for around 10 hours now. I think that is a really good wear test. Overall, it is looking really well, and you know, there's a little bit of breakup, a little bit of cakiness around this area and on the chin. Although this foundation has been through a lot today. I have eaten, I've drunk, I've got 2 young kids that are constantly touching my face. So overall, I think it has fared really, really well. And I am looking forward to keeping it, testing it. So yeah, I will keep you updated in future videos, but overall, I'm really happy with it. But first off, we do have the Anastasia Beverly Hills Contour Sticks. I am really, really happy I got these. I don't anticipate running into any problems with this formula or these tones. They are perfect if you do have a very fair skin tone. So I can already highly recommend these. And I'm just happy I have them in my collection. It was a toss-up between this or the House Labs Contour, and the House Labs did swatch a little bit patchy. So happy with this formula. It's super blendable and love the tones. Next up, we do have the Sephora Contour Stick. I think this is a fantastic budget option if you are looking for a contour like the ABH Greyscale. The tones are very similar and the formula blends like a dream. So I think this one is one to check out if you are on a budget or just looking to save. This one is a beautiful formula, and yeah, the packaging is obviously a little bit more basic, but if you can look past that, I think you would be super happy. Next up is the Hourglass Unreal Liquid Highlighter. I'll have to keep playing around with this one a little bit more. I like to test this over a set base or powders, but so far on a more dewy foundation and an unset base, it does melt in quite smoothly, and I've applied it with my fingers. So I will have to keep playing with this more until I can give you my final thoughts. But first impressions is it is beautiful. It's not glittery. It's quite subtle. And this color is perfect for fair skin tones. Okay, next up we have the Diorissimo. This is their contour and highlighting palette. I love this shade here. It is such a beautiful, for me, bronzer. I anticipate I'll be using the golden shade on my eyelids. It's a little bit too warm for a highlighter on my cheeks. I just realized I didn't show you or even test that. So let's just do that now. Put a little bit of highlighter on my cheeks. And yeah, straight away I can see it just is that little bit too golden. than me, but if you are working with a more warmer look, it would blend in very seamlessly. And to be honest, it's not too golden. It's just a little bit more warm than I would prefer, but beautiful formula. I love Dior's formula, and I don't think you can go wrong if you do pick this one up. Next up is the Estée Lauder Bronze Goddess in the shade Modern Mercury. I really like this so far. The only thing is I would have to keep testing it a little bit more, not over creams. I'd like to just use this alone on my base, either over powder or not, and just see how it behaves, because it is a more luminous formula. I'm noticing more texture on this side. So really excited to keep playing with this one a little bit more, and I will keep you updated with my final thoughts at the end of the month. The Fenty powder wasn't a part of the haul, but it is a recent buy, one that I haven't used. And so far I like it. I will have to see throughout the day how it holds up. Will it make my skin feel dry? That sort of thing. So again, I'll have to keep you updated with that. The Gucci blush is a standout formula, if you ask me. I really would like to get more shades. It is not too glowy at all and very, very buildable. So it's easy to work with. I'd like to get their Arctic Pink, I think it's called. That is a more cooler tone. So excited to add that to my collection eventually. Maybe I'll get that in the next sale. And then finally, we do have the Prada Soft Matte Lipstick. I love this formula. I like this color. I think it's a beautiful everyday pink. I don't think you can go wrong with these Prada Soft Matte Lipsticks. It is just such a comfortable formula that is that bit more long lasting because it's a soft matte, and one that I am happy to have in my collection. So there we have it. That is everything from my Sephora haul. Let me know, what did you pick up in the sale? Do you have any of the contour sticks that I mentioned today? I think they are such an exciting addition to my collection, being someone who is so cool toned and fair. So that is everything. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.